So there have been several times in my life when I have made a very personal decision or was in the process of making a very personal decision. And sometimes it was someone I was close to, sometimes it wasn't. Someone made it seem like I was making a decision that was going to ruin my life in one way or another, or was going to significantly impact my life negatively. It happened when I said I didn't want to go to college. It happened when I decided to cut my hair off. It happened when I decided to install my locks. It happened when I decided to move across the country. It happened when I decided to solo travel. It happened when I decided to change my careers and quit my job. And something happened recently that didn't necessarily completely reframe the way I make decisions, but really solidified my thinking process behind how much of my decision making is contingent on how other people feel about the decision. And here's what happened. So, when I was on my most recent trip to Costa Rica a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago now, I told a few people that I was going. Excuse me, it's late. I told a few people that I was going. Obviously for safety and just because like I was excited about the trip, right? So when I was there, I think it was a few days into my trip, maybe 3, 4 days. And I'm telling this person, like on FaceTime, hey, I'm super excited. I'm like taking tuk tuks down to, my next hotel. And I've been cycling around the city and I had some great food in San Jose and, all these things. Just really excited about my trip. And because we're on FaceTime, I can tell that this person is like not enthused. They are very, very visibly suppressing negative emotions and also trying not to seem like they're at all excited about it because I know they don't want to encourage me to continue solo traveling, which is understandable. Solo travel, especially as a woman, can be dangerous. It can be dangerous for women in your own hometown, okay, in your own country where you speak the language and you like it. Life as a woman is dangerous. And I think, especially with current events and whatnot, there's some increased concerns and caution to be taken. But anywho, so excuse me again. So again, I'm on FaceTime, I'm noticing this, and I tell the person, hey, doesn't seem like you're super excited about what I'm telling you. And like I'm excited about it. I was excited to tell you how the trip was progressing since I told you that I was going. Um, what's up? Obviously knowing that they were not on board with the trip, but whatever. They didn't pay for it. So, um and so this person looks at me and they're like, I love you. You know how I feel about this, but I know that you are going to do what you want to do. And so I realized that I have to direct my emotional energy in places that I can control. So this is how I'm dealing with my emotions around you taking this trip. And the light bulb went off. I I've been doing what I wanted to do for a while, even in spite of friends, family, uh, people in my community telling me that I should be doing one thing or another with regard to any of the things that I listed in the beginning of the video, whether it was moving across the country, starting a new career, not going to college, with just a whole host of things, cutting my hair, which is crazy to me. Um, any of those things, I've ultimately, when I had the opportunity to make the decision, I made the decision that I wanted to make after lots of thought, after lots of meditation, after prayer, after research, after all the things. all the due diligence that I feel I should have been doing. But ultimately, I made the decision. And there's almost always been a level of guilt because obviously, like, one, I don't want to make a bad decision for my life. And I want the people that care about me, I want the people who have watched me grow up to be proud of me, and to be happy with my decisions as much as possible. But in that moment where this person told me, like, I realized that I have to put my energy where I can control it. And I know I can't control you. You are going to do what you want to do. So this is how I'm dealing with my emotions. In that moment, I realized, you know, you should just be doing what you want to do, and then people will be okay. Whoever them people are to you, okay? Whether that's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's whoever, okay, in your community. Now, y'all know I talk about being calculated in your decisions, okay? Don't just be doing stuff willy-nilly, at least not based on anything I say. Like, if you're living at home with your parents and you're going to get kicked out if you dye your hair purple and you really want to dye your hair purple, maybe don't dye your hair purple until you move out. Let's be smart about things. But generally speaking, if you are a grown adult and you don't have someone who is dictating any significant portion of your life, something that I had to realize is that people will adapt to what, I don't want to say whatever you give them, but people will adapt to the circumstances, right? And if their circumstances include you locking your hair, you know what they'll do? Adapt. They will figure it out. They will figure out how to manage their own emotions, and that is their responsibility to do. It's not yours. It's not mine. And there's part of that releases you from the weight of everyone else's opinions, everyone else's feelings, everyone else's perspectives. And that's not to discount the fact that, you know, getting perspectives from people who might be more experienced than you, from people who might be older, from people who, um, might know you better than you know yourself in some ways, depending on what it is and where you are in your life. It is important to, have advisors and whatnot, and mentors and confidants and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, for me, if I'm okay with the decision, if I have given it the appropriate amount of thought and prayer and meditation, and my relationship with my Heavenly Father is not going to be affected by this decision, then people will be okay. They will figure out how to be okay. And if they're not, there's a certain point where that's not on you, I say to myself. And that's just what it is. So while I do still take into account the thoughts and feelings and perspectives and opinions of the people around me, the people that care for me, I think it's valuable to do so. I'm gonna do what I want, and then people will be okay. And most likely it will be the same for you. Then people will be okay. So that's the message for tonight. Do what you want within reason. Don't hurt nobody else. If you're a religious person, take that into account. But do what you want, then people will be okay. That's it for tonight, y'all. If you don't know, my name is Alexis. I post here on YouTube every single day. Um, yeah. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.